Now we can start talking about the more interesting stuff. And we can talk about how the body keeps the score, but it also shows the score. And so it's beyond talking, the body speaks. Now, one of the world leading experts in trauma, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, wrote in his famous book, The Body Keeps the Score. And he indicates that, amongst other things, the body stores the effects of past trauma even when we're not consciously aware of what happened or why it happened or even when it happened. And while I totally agree with van der Kolk, with advances in modern neuroscience, I think we're now at the stage, some 11 years after its publication, that we can extend his idea and state that as well as the body keeping the score, the body also shows us the score, if we're only willing to pay close enough attention. And so, what do I mean by this? The famous psychologist Paul Watzlawick once said that you can't not communicate, meaning that whenever you are in the vicinity of another human being, you are communicating something. This could be through the verbal channel, so what you're saying, but this only represents about 10% of the available communication channels we have at any given moment in time. Think about what most therapies are called. They're talking therapies. And so they're missing out on most of the vital information. So let's run through each of the channels now. We talked about the verbal channel, then we have your facial expressions, followed by your gestures, your posture, body orientation, and different movements, often referred to as body language. We have oculesics, so your eye activity. We have haptics, which is your use of touch. We have proxemics, which is your use of space, like moving away from someone you dislike, for example. We have paralanguage, which is all the changes in your vocal apparatus, so changes in tone, pitch, or volume. We have your psychophysiology, so the observable changes in your breathing mechanics, your face color, signs of increased arousal or activation. And we even have your appearance, so your grooming, your choice of clothes. All of this is communicating to us. And when you work with a practitioner to help heal from past adverse or traumatic experiences, each of these channels, although less so appearance, but each of these channels is continually giving off information based on each question that is asked. And your nervous system isn't just giving off any old information. If we pay close enough attention, your system is giving us subtle clues that we need to get to the real source of the problem. And when we pay attention to all of these information channels and we know how to identify subtle changes in your activation levels, your emotional processing, when you're cognitively working hard, we can use this information to guide you through to the real source of the problem, the emotional memory image that is stored in your subconscious. And once we do this through guidance and through working together, we can help you to neutralize and effectively clear the old emotional memory image, which often leads to an almost instantaneous change in how you feel. That is, you feel different in the session. And so, in a very real sense, I believe your nervous system wants you to heal these issues. Your system is crying out through all of the various channels, all of the psychological and physiological symptoms. It's crying out to help give you the breadcrumbs to lead you to the work that needs to be done. And when you're in the session and talking about a topic, your system is still there giving you clues and hints every step of the way. And we, or most importantly in this case the practitioner, we need to be able to pay attention to these signs and to have a process of using them to bring into your conscious awareness the real source of the problem. And when we do this, change work or healing, whatever you prefer to call it, it can happen in a much faster, much holistic, and much more holistic, sorry, and a whole system kind of way. And as a caveat, as an extra to this, it's much, much more enjoyable as well. So this is the importance of the body showing the score, not just keeping it.